All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. We're all here in the show. I don't know if Josh has joined us, but he will soon. How about Aaron from the car? Aaron, Josh, they're part of the company. They follow Han, and I always forget the name of the show they follow, but they love these guys on ESPN. And Aaron is with his dad and others in Dallas to see the Cowboys play his beloved Jets tomorrow at AT&T Stadium. How about that? Michigan is going a little loco because J.J. McCarthy, Mr. Heisman candidate, has stunk it up in the first half. I just talked about, hey, Josh, tell me the name again of the company. What show do they follow? Because I was just talking about Aaron of the company. He's with his pops in Dallas seeing the Jets game. And I said, Han, it's Han. And who's the other guy on the show? Man, dude, I can't never remember. Isn't the football player from the Jets? Is that the show you listen to? It always escapes my head. But Michigan is going loco over her Wolverines are only up 14-6 in the third quarter. Yeah, the DiPietro and Rothenberg. So it's not Han. Oh, it's DiPietro and Rothenberg. But we also follow Bart and Han. Okay. But really your show is DiPietro and Rothenberg. So there, I wanted to give Aaron, I talked to him. He said he's going to dinner tonight. He said Dallas rocks, and they're going out all night. They got the game tomorrow, and that's awesome. Michigan looks like shit. McCarthy had 2 interceptions. How about Bama? How about Bama? 17-3. They had a rain delay, like a tsunami that hit them, and they played like shit. They won 17-3 over USF. They benched. So Milroe got benched for the kid out of Notre Dame. He comes in and he played like shit. What did he go? 5 for 14 for 34 yards, and they had to actually bring in the third string to Ty Simpson, the rookie. I call him rookie, but the freshman, to finish out the game. He had Tyler Buckner, 5 for 14 for 34 yards. Ugly. Yeah, he didn't send me any picks. He sent you picks. I didn't get any picks. I reached out to Aaron today, and I got no fucking picks. So tell Aaron the next time we talk to him, I'd like some picks too. I'd like to be part of this. Actually, you know what? It's part. I'm not part of the company. I just talk about the company, but I'm not part of the company. I haven't gone through the ceremony. I haven't been allowed to come part of it, but that's okay. I'll deal with it. Yeah, an ugly, ugly game. And this is a South Florida team that gave up 41 points to Western Kentucky, 24 to Florida A&M. And Taylor Jenkins brought up a great point. He said, I don't know how a team like USF can go punch for punch with Alabama for nearly 3 quarters, and all we get to hear about is how bad Alabama has been and questions about when they'll finally assert their authority over the bowl. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I mean, I think there's something to be said about that. I mean, let's give props to the team that's playing well as opposed to, oh, Alabama sucks. Well, does that mean I think Texas is a damn good team. So I don't think that's a thing. Oh, I'm an honorary member. Thank you, Josh. I'm an honorary member. I think Texas is legit this year. But actually, you know what? They were losing to Wyoming. And then Kevin Skarbinski brought up a good point. Blake Sims for Bama had Heisman finalists Amari Cooper, who might be out tomorrow with a groin injury for the Browns, which could be bad. Jake Coker had Derrick Henry running back. Whether it's Jalen Miller or Tyler Buckner, this year's first-year quarterback, does not have that kind of security. They do not. And, sometimes teams you can't be, you reload. Eventually, you can't reload all the time. I got a picture up. They have the statue of Barry Sanders at Ford Field. They play Seattle tomorrow. First home game after that awesome opening win against the Chiefs. Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, their Jamar. Oh my God, how come I'm blanking on the running back for running back Lions? Jamar Riggs, running back Lions. Oh man, yeah, Jamar Gibbs. I mean, they have a damn good team this year. I mean, pretty good. So they have the statue up. Barry Sanders, one of the best. And I think I read that he's going to have a documentary in his life on Amazon. And too bad he played on shitty teams. Imagine if he would have played on some good teams. That would have been awesome. Yeah, Jamar Gibbs. Thank you so much, Josh. And, so I want to talk a little bit about that. They got the win today. I was going to look up some football scores because I was trying to see Michigan is, I'm trying to check all the scores now because I was going to watch TV. I want to watch the Noche UFC tonight. I want to watch Grasso versus Shevchenko. There was a fight that just ended. They said it was stopped incorrectly. I mean, how do you, these are professional fighters. How do you stop a fight incorrectly? I was like, come on, dude, you can't do that stuff. Yeah, prelims on now, but I don't think it's on TV. I think you got to watch it on the app. At least I couldn't find it on mine. So I'm looking at Tennessee getting blown out by Florida by 16. It was 26-7 at the half. Milton did not look good. Auburn's beating Sanford. Vanderbilt is losing to UNLV on the road. Randy's at the game. Randy and his wife are at the game. And what else did I see here? Yeah. Michigan's up 21-6. Got another touchdown. Thank God. BYU is losing to Arkansas. Who else? Syracuse. I was watching some of that against Purdue. Pitt, West Virginia's up 7-6 at the half. And Texas is up 10-7 on Wyoming in the second quarter. You know there'd be a little bit of drop off. Hawaii, they said maybe they'll have an upset today. It did not happen. Yeah, it was stopped. That fight, the fight they said, but incorrectly stopped, they said. That's what they said. Not the refs' first time doing that. Yeah, okay. Well, so they screwed up. The refs screwed up, called the fight too soon, and it should have been stopped. They should have let it go. Yeah, they always do that shit. So Hawaii, Oregon, I thought Oregon was going to – Hawaii's not good this year. Come on. Clemson's blowing out FAU. TCU's up on Houston. I'm going to see that game in a couple weeks. Yes, he did screw it up. Yes, well, that's – did you see Boston College? 18 penalties today. The end of the game, they were going to get the ball back, and they got called for their 18th penalty, which was a program record for a face mask. And instead of getting the ball back with like a minute left down by 2, they let Florida State run at the clock. And I did not like Florida State's uniforms. It was like this red that is not their color. I thought it was shit. I want to talk to Sam about that because I don't think she would love it either. Penn State, I saw that. LSU blew out Mississippi State 41-14. How about Missouri? Yeah, that is crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, that game was crazy. And Missouri kicker, this, and he is a chunkified dude. They kicked a 61 Harrison Mevis 61-yard field goal. 61-yard field goal to win the goddamn game. Can you believe that? 61 yards field goal to win the game. I was like, holy shit. It was the longest field goal in SEC history. Yeah. 61-yarder. They beat Kansas State 30-27. Previous long was 60 back in 82. I had to look this up, but there is a thicker kicker burger. He's called the thicker kicker. Thicker kicker, that's his nickname. There's a thicker kicker burger, 2 3-pound beef patties, 4 strips of bacon, Colby Jack cheese, an onion ring, lettuce, tomato, and a special sauce, which is a sweet chipotle mayo that Mevis selected himself during an extensive sauce tasting session. And he's a chunky chunk. So if you see him, he's like the old, remember the backup quarterback from Kentucky, Jared Lorenzen, who passed away. He had a huge weight problem. This kid is a big kid. He is a very big kid. But it was the longest kick since 84. Back in 84, Kevin Butler. Remember Kevin Butler on the Bears? And Florida's Chris Perkins also kicked 60-yard field goals. Back in 82, Fuad Revez for Tennessee kicked 60. But in 89, this was before 89 when they got rid of the flat tee. So the longest field goals since then have been a 58-yard field goal and a 57-yard field goal. So this guy kicked from 61 and got the win. Greg, the leg is out. Yeah, Zerline is out for the Jets. And they brought in the kid from what's his name? The guy from yes, Austin Siebert. But okay. Now did you hear this, Josh? And Jet fans, all you Jet fans out there, did you hear that Aaron Rodgers believes he can make a return for the playoffs because of this innovative surgery underwent on his Achilles? Renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. Neil L. Atrache and his team performed a procedure to place an internal brace called an Achilles speed bridge on Rodgers' fully torn left Achilles. There's no guarantees. The speed bridge protects the repair and opens up the possibility of an earlier return. But could it happen? It's a new process designed to have an athlete fully recovered in as little as 4 months from what is normally a season-ending injury, per sources informed of the procedure. He could have a shot to return mid-January, right around the start of the playoffs if they qualify. He also might receive platelet-rich plasma injections. Kobe got those. Huadel Atache repairs Achilles back in 2013, famously received in Germany for a knee injury. So that's what they said. Similar procedures. Russell Wilson last year got a similar procedure. He told Pat McAfee that he texted El Atache for the locker room to start the process of recovery. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Yeah, he's going to do everywhere. Yeah, I agree. But he went with science this time. He actually got the surgery. But he said, I definitely have some odds stacked against me based on age, but I like it. Stack all the odds up against me and see what happens. My entire focus and dedication is about acquiring the most information and adding to what I already put together as a pretty damn good rehab plan that's going to, I think, shock some people. Yeah, I don't know about that. Can it be a quicker return? I don't know. The speed bridge is said to enhance the strength of the repair and guard it against stretching. So much depends on how Rodgers' rehab goes and how his body responds as he turns 40 in December. I guess it's Zach Wilson's team. At least this week, you got Tim Boyle's the backup, and I don't know what they said. Rodgers has been FaceTiming with Wilson this week, making sure he's up to speed. They had two have actually been in communication since a joint practice during Wilson's rookie season in 2021 that has continued, and Wilson said to reporters on September 14th, I truly believe in myself, which, of course, he's going to say. He has to say that because he better say that. And the problem is, I don't really believe in him. I don't think Josh really believes in him. And I don't think Aaron really. I don't think a lot of people believe in him. But I saw Shari this morning, and Shari gets health and beauty from Sauce's fiance. And Sauce was not, I thought he played like shit. And I know I talked about earlier that he averaged in the snaps, 1.6 yards. I thought he gave a lot of catches. He had a missed tackle. I thought Sauce played like shit. But they said this week, with putting pressure on Dak could lead to some interceptions, and Sauce could get his hands on some. I would like that. But I would say it was a very, very poor game from Sauce Gardner. Yes, that's what I would say. And I would think that most people would concur with me. So UNC won. Drake made two bad interceptions in the first half, but 4-14 is no joke. And how about Nate McCollum, the transfer from Georgia Tech, who came in with one catch for 8 yards before this game. He hadn't been healthy. And Tez Martin has been out because the eligibility issue. And McCollum had a single game UNC receiving record, 15 catches. Did I see this right? 15 catches, 165 yards and a touchdown. Am I correct in that? Oh yeah, Tez Walker. I'm sorry, Tez Walker. I said Tez Martin. Tez Walker. McCollum had a game to. Holy shit! Did he light it up? Missed the season opener. One catch in his debut last week. 15 catches, $165. And he had a 46-yard contested scoring catch in the first quarter. He made a hell of a play. Yes, and Josh does not believe in Zach Wilson, but McCollum, 15 catches. I think he had 13 targets in the first half alone. 15 for $165 and a touchdown. Drake May's got to get better with the turnovers. And it was 21-13 at one point. Then they pulled away and went 31-13. Gophers had gone 19-1 against non-conference foes under PJ Fleck, but did not get the day done. Yeah, 105 yards allowed. They did stop the running game, which, I guess right there, but they did lit them up. And they are going to be, 17th in the country now, UNC. They play at Pittsburgh next Saturday night. Minnesota looking to go 2-0 in league play Northwestern, which lost to Duke. 38-14. Duke is 3-0. Nerd schools prevail. Duke's 3-0. UNC is 3-0. Good for them. Got the win. That's all that matters. Yeah. Yes. He didn't do much in the second half. McCollum in the first half had 11 catches for $130 and a touchdown. Unbelievable. And I did like the Gophers gold chrome helmets. Those were cool. And Corey, this guy I follow, he's a big follow on Twitter. Fake Corey Kinnan. Not going to win over a lot of points with this one, but Michigan is the best team in the country right now. And not as tonight, I wouldn't say that. Top to bottom loaded squad in a year with a ton of parity among the usual blue bloods. And so Michigan's got a cousin, Sammy. Sammy works for ESPN. He went to the dump, Ohio State, and he's acting like they are the greatest. They won 63-10 over Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky, what, at 280 4 yards of total offense, the lowest since 2021. 63-10, dude. Now McCord, hey, 3 touchdown passes. I saw that 2 DDs to Marvin Harrison, 63-10, and they're on Notre Dame in 7 days. So we'll see what happens there. And they had 2 touchdowns by the defense. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, good for them. Yes, you got the win. No one cares. Yeah, and this game was the bandana game. Remember Wells Crowther, a former BC lacrosse player? He went into the up to brought people down, kept going up, and he died in the towers 9/11. So they all had bandanas, but I didn't like Florida State's uniforms. White helmets, garnet jerseys, and a white pants. Yeah, I thought the red was not working at all. At all. And did you see The Rock was at the game today? He got a jersey. Lil Wayne, it's always and The Rock looked like he played. Like, who tapped him on the shoulders? Lee Corso, 400th game day picking. And he said, there's no shoulder pads there. Yeah. Yeah, that's a big dude. Lil Wayne got one, and he got the crowd riled up. What did I just see? I just saw something that there's something that always cracks me up is oh, and I responded to it on Twitter. Yeah, Robert Little said about Chris Fowler. He said, did Chris Fowler call all the attention that Colorado has been given a sideshow? Interesting choice of words. I said, Fowler has diarrhea of the mouth. College football needs the buffs. And I guess I got no, I did not get any response to that. But I seem to get a lot of followers on X, formerly known as Twitter, of people who are, not real people. So it's disappointing, but we just keep trudging along. Another guy contacted me about downloads a month. He said he'd get me 70,000 a month of downloads for, I don't know how much money he wanted. I just said, yeah, okay, best of luck. Leave me alone. I don't care. Leave me alone. Yes, leave me alone all the time. And you know what? I got to ask you a question, Josh. What do you think about all this? I'm okay with Miguel Cabrera retiring, but these stupid presents when he goes to different baseball venues, they gave him a surfboard. Yeah, a surfboard. Why would they give him a surfboard? Yeah, yeah. I don't get it. Yeah. I think that's a dumb thing. You like the gifts? I think the gifts are okay if they're not dumb. Surfboard for Miguel Cabrera. I mean, maybe he does surf, but I think that's kind of dumb. And did you see Connor Bedard had a hat trick in his prospects game debut? So thank you, Elliot Friedman, for that one. He's going to have a lot more than that. That's going to be a lot more. And I love this one. I saw this about there's a guy, Bub Means, on Pittsburgh, wide receiver last week against Cincinnati, 0 receptions on 11 targets, most targets without a reception in FBS since 2018. Oh, he's a beach house somewhere. And you haven't been invited? So maybe you can put it there? Oh, good. So maybe he'll let you come over and use it. Maybe there's a chance. How about Portland State, which lost to Oregon 81 nothing, 81-7 earlier this year? They beat a team North American. So Portland State's lost to Wyoming, and they've lost to Oregon. 81 points they gave up to Oregon, 31 to Wyoming, 91 nothing. They beat a school, North American, never heard of this. 13 scoring drives, 91 points. Tulane beat USM. Pratt did not play again, but a 2-1. Gumbo Chef has to be excited. How about this? How about this today? This was at the Mel Tucker list, the Mel Tucker Bowl. Well, because Washington came into play with Michael Penix Jr., who threw for 473 yards, I think, 4 touchdowns. They were up 41 nothing. They won 41-7, and the most yards a Michigan State team had ever given up in a game was 666, 713, 713 yards of total offense. I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of offense. Yeah, 713. I was like, good God, that was ugly. Yeah, 713 yards. I was like, oh, that has to hurt on a lot of levels. 713. I was like, dude, talk about getting your asses kicked from here to, yeah, I mean, geez Louise. Yeah, let me see. I want to get this right. Yeah. Michigan State's record for yards allowed is 666, Nebraska 95. They gave up 713. Michael Penix Jr., 27 to 35, 473, 4 touchdowns. Spartans are 2-1. They host 3-0 Maryland. Ari's got to be pumped about that game next week. And Washington hosts Cal. But Michael Penix Jr. is a Heisman candidate. Yeah, I mean, come on. You got to say he is. You have to say it. And today at the Colorado, they had the number one recruit in 2025. This kid Bryce Underwood, who was a freshman last year, he plays at Belleville in Michigan. He won as a freshman. He won a state championship last year as a freshman at Belleville, Michigan High School. Threw for 2,888 yards, 39 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 6 rushing touchdowns, state championships. And Friday night, in 24 hours before, he comes to Boulder, he went 15 for 15 for 250 with 4 passing touchdowns and a rushing score. Thank you, Andrew Nemec from SI, for that one. 53-0 win. So he came to the game. Deion Sanders says, when you see a confident black man sitting up in here, talking his talk, walking his walk, coaching 75% African Americans in the locker room, that's kind of threatening. And his sunglasses sold more than 1 million since the Jay Norville said he shouldn't have sunglasses on. Well, everybody on the team got one. I talked about The Rock, Lil Wayne, and good God. So the game's on at 10 o'clock, and I'm hoping that I'm going to watch that. But I'm going to watch that. I'm going to watch the fights too. So I'm going to watch all that stuff. I talked about, crazy. Bama did not play well. LSU, man, how about this? Freshman, did you see? You got to look this up, Josh. Caleb Jackson, not a freshman running back for LSU against Mississippi State. He ran over, like Brandon Jacobs, ran over a defender where he knocked him. I mean, it was like watching a dump truck knock over somebody. I mean, full throttle. You're like, holy shit. Yeah. And then USC, this is from Blinken Riley. He said USC has played San Jose State, Nevada, and Stanford. Oh, you saw that one. Wasn't that crazy? They are 126 in plays allowed over 20 yards. They are dead last, 133 in plays over 50 yards. So right now, these playing all right. And they get to play 2 weeks. They play against, that was a truck. It was like a truck going through. It was like a bull in a china, like a bullfight. And the bull just said, okay, whatever's in my way, I'm destroying. But USC comes to Boulder in 2 weeks. So we'll see how that goes. Rutgers, 3-0, 35-16. Kyle Manangai, 143 yards and a touchdown. They're 3-0. Next Saturday, they're at Michigan. So I guess they'll be 3-1. But 3-0, someone saying bowl game? Maybe. Third season in a row for the first time in over 60 years. They're 3-0 for the third season in a row, but it really hasn't translated. After that, they seem to go downhill. But Gavin Wimsatt had a nice rushing touchdown. He only threw for 46 yards and a touchdown. But Vodtech was without starting quarterback Grant Wells and starting wide receiver Jalen Lane. So that's not good. And they also were missing another receiver, Ali Jennings. But, it was 21-3 at the half, and they held on 35-16, got the win. And now they go into the Big House next week, and we'll see what happens there. Twin brothers Jacob and Gerard Smith Jr. decided to switch from Michigan to Kentucky. I mean, they play in Kentucky, right? They're born in Lexington. They played in Kentucky. Actually, they played this is the thing. They started their prep careers at Somerset High School in Kentucky. Then they played their sophomore, junior seasons at Loomis Chaffee School in Connecticut. And now they're at Cheshire Academy in Connecticut. That's 4 schools. I mean, that seems like 3 schools in 4 years seems like a lot. But opportunity to come back home and play their senior year in Kentucky for Corbin High School and eventually for the Wildcats. proved too much to pass up. So they transferred in January so now they're in their fourth school. Okay. I just find that's a lot of schools to go to in high school, right? I would think, but it seems like a lot of the athletes do this. There's a kid named Jim Price who grew up in my town, and he went to Newark Academy in Jersey to play sports, and he wasn't the best student. Then he went to Montville, and he ends up going at Stanford playing baseball and football. Ended up having a pro career, won a ring with the Cowboys, but had injuries. I mean, this kid, he was the best. He was a monster. He was like 90 miles per hour in high school. But I remember him going, and I mean, like St. Peter's Prep is a big sports school, and I just, I'm 4 schools, I guess, not that much, but it seems like that's a lot of schools to transfer from. And some guy bet today 12,000 on South Carolina. He would have won 264,000. At the end of the first half, it's 14-3. You're thinking, hey, this is gonna pay off now. So he did not win 264,000. That's over with. I mean, Oklahoma beating Tulsa 66-17. Does anybody really care? I mean, come on. And I love this from Wes Rucker. He said the weather at kickoff at the Swamp will be warm and sticky. In other words, the weather will be Florida. Yeah, Portland State, 105. They previously set the record of 105-point FCS record, 105 points in 1980 over Delaware State. And who was the quarterback? Oh, my God. It was the Delaware over Portland State quarterback. I see his face, 1980. Neil Lomax, who had a pretty goddamn good pro career. 19 offensive drives that resulted in touchdowns. Portland's offensive drives that resulted in touchdowns took less than 19 minutes off the clock. Is that crazy? Portland scored 13 touchdowns and made 13 extra points in the win, both just 2 shy of the FCS record. Portland State only has a plus 3-point differential this season because it was 81-7 to Oregon. And they haven't played an FCS opponent. They're facing non-NCAA or NAIA foe North American after opening the season with FBS losses to Oregon and Wyoming. That's crazy. Big Sky scoring record. That's crazy, right? And Chaz Surratt, who did his leg flew out. He tripped a would-be tackler. Well, he should have been called. The NFL deemed that Surratt should have been called for a tripping penalty, which I thought the way his leg whipped, it looked like a trip, and they didn't call it. And Gibson got the touchdown. But he got fined 48-33 for that. And they said they'll try to bait Dak Prescott and throw him INTs, which could help Sauce. So we got Wilson and Tim Boyle. And Jay Kuda put this up. I said, must be a slow day for you, Jay. The Jets have players named Bryce Hall, and Bryce Huff. Now, the thing is, offensive line ranks 18th among 32 teams, according to Pro Football Focus. In week 1, the Jets had the second worst pass blocking efficiency in the league. And Mekhi Becton and Dwayne Brown combined to allow 7 of the team's 13 pressures in week 1. Well, this is the thing, too. Zach Wilson does not do well at all pressures. And if that continues, it's going to be bad. Gibson got AFC Player of the Week. When he fielded the punt at the 35-yard line in overtime, Next Gen Stats, NFL, he had a 0.8% chance of scoring, which he did. And he ended up covering 99.2 yards on a 65-yard touchdown run. And where Gibson is from, Cowboy fans are now Jets fans. Chandra Hooper Barnett, she's the principal at Woodrow Wilson High School. And she said that students are very excited because they see dreams come true. And especially, he wanted to play in the NFL. And Stephen F. Austin had to use 2 rooms to watch the game, and they watched the whole entire game. The place was going crazy. And the coach said that we should have a ticker tape parade on Monday for Gibson. And Gibson wrote in his yearbook, his senior quote. Who is this? Who is this? Hello? Who's this? I'm doing my show.
I'm so sorry.
I'm on it right now.
Okay, sorry.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, so that was kind of nice. Michigan on the show. She's not going to be happy that she's on this, but she's on the show, and it happens. So she's calling me right now. That was funny. I had my thing off. I didn't text her before that I was doing the show. I thought it was somebody else. I thought someone was actually coming on the show. I was like, all right, we got someone who wants to be on the show today. And it was not. So he wrote in his senior yearbook. This was kind of cool. He said, people always told me that I was too small to play football, and I want to be able to show them that they were wrong and that you're never too big or too small to do what you put your mind to. Now, 28 teams after the draft had offers. One offered him a lot more money, more than the Jets' $150,000. But Brent Boyer had come to campus, and he said, I want to be with you to do a tryout, to do at 8 a.m. Well, the team was practicing at 8 a.m., so they're going to have to earlier. I think they did do 7. And Boyer got there at 6:15, and Gibson already had the lights on the field and was already warming up. And he's into loyalty. The other schools offer him big NIL money, which Stephen F. Austin could not offer the same things. But he loved the loyalty of the school, and he wanted to put them on the map. And, there's something to be said. And he made the NFL, and they talk about him that his speed is out of control. I mean, he is Stephen F. Austin's career receiving yards leader, All-American, All-Conference, WAC Offensive Player of the Year. Guy got it done. So, no, I mean, I read that article in The Athletic. I loved it. And I got to give props. Who wrote that article? Because I was thinking after I read it that I wanted to give props where props are due. And I don't have that right here with. Let me see. Yes. I mean, it was just a really great article. It was cool yeah. You definitely love SR. I don't know what that means. If you could elaborate more. SR? What does that mean? SR. I'm trying to see what SR means. Yeah. Okay. So the article was written by. Oh, you love stories like that. Thanks a lot, man. So the article's by Zach Rosenblatt. That's a great article. Zach, great article about Gibson. Love it, love it, love it. Eckler's not playing tomorrow, so I thought about picking up Joshua Kelly, but I'm going to stick with my guys. He ran for 91 yards and lost to Miami last week. Eckler ankle downgraded to out. DK Metcalf, usually that did the cheap shot in the game. He got fined $21,000, and Aaron Donald got fined for hitting Geno Smith. And they talked about the whole Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, getting into altercation on the sideline. Well, Gardner Minshew said they're like an old married couple, and Hurts is the godfather of Brown's daughter, Jersey. And Hurts was also responsible for bringing AJ Brown. I mean, listen, this is the thing. They had the best ratings. The best 425 ratings last week in like 8 years, and they had the highest ratings for Thursday night against the Vikings. People want to watch them, and Jalen Hurts is a hell of a player to watch. And Aaron Jones likely out, so Patrick Taylor from the practice squad. That means A.J. Dillon is also going to get a lot of carries tomorrow for the Packers. Who are the Packers playing tomorrow? I should have the schedule in front of me, but I do not. Packers are playing at Atlanta. And Denver will be one of the top tight ends next 4 weeks. Greg Dulcich, he got the freaking the hamstring. Jeez, I mean, hamstring injury week 1. He's eligible for in week 6 against the Chiefs. He was ruled out for week 2 against Washington. 83 career games, spent 5 years with the Saints, where he served as one of the Saints' primary special teams contributors. That's going to hurt. Cardinals had 4 players receive fines from week one for penalties, most of any team. I mean, 4 guys. Damn, that's a lot of fines. Crazy. Oh, and Anthony Mizowicz released from hospital, put on 7-day concussion. They got the win today. Oswald Peraza, did he have a hit today? I want to see, did Peraza get a hit today? He's on an 8-game hit streak. Yankees got the win. Mets are losing 3-2. Yankees won 6-3. Box score. Peraza got a hit. 9 straight games. Stanton got his 24th. Cabrera got his 5th. Weaver started. And Brito again. Brito, 3 innings of shutout ball. Brito's been a good guy. And Holmes got his 21st save. Yankees are 76 and 73. You see, I missed that hit to the head, man. But I was watching other stuff. Yeah, but I saw it, and that's scary shit. That's what scares me about baseball. I feel like a pitcher needs more protection because the ball comes off the bat in their faces so fast that you're so afraid. I mean, it's scary to watch. It really is. It's really scary to watch. So I totally agree with you on that front. And how about this? Do you know the Phillies, 5 late game tying or go-ahead home runs in 3 weeks, and they lost all 5 games. I mean, talk about relievers, but how do you blow? You come back, take the lead, and your reliever blows it 5 times. I mean, it's crazy how that happens. And Charlie Manuel had suffered a stroke, the former Philly manager, 24 hours crucial recovery. That's scary shit. Yeah. You know, I mean, stroke, all that stuff, you never know what's going to happen. And yesterday they talked about Ohtani. His locker was cleaned out and everything. They'd have answers today. Well, he's going on a 10-day IL with an oblique injury, missed the rest of the season. Yeah. When you blow it late like that, too, like you get the lead, you go in that 9th year, and a couple of the games they were up by a run or 2, and they blew it in those games. And different relievers, and you're like, Jesus. Well, Ohtani will continue being around the team while he's not playing, and he plans to be here for the last homestand. But that is it. The free agent to be, probably the MVP to be. We'll see how that all works out. Thank you, Taylor Ari, for that one. He's already in Japan. Well, he's coming back. They said, well, he left. They said he's going to be back for the last homestand. You can confirm, Josh is going to confirm that he's in Japan right now. And Royce Lewis, this is Jason Stark, career with bases loaded, grand slams 5, outs 5, and singles 2. So he is in Japan. Ohtani is hanging out in Japan. Whose sources told you that? Ohtani. You're telling me Ohtani's hanging out in Japan right now. I guess he is. Oh, they believe he's interested in Boston. So he had 44 home runs, 95 RBIs, 304 batting average, a 1.066 OPS, batting average against 184 batting average against, 3.14 ERA, 167 Ks, and a WAR of 10. Oh, yeah, there's a video out of there of him at an airport in Japan. Thank you so much. You're the best. You always give me great stuff. And it says right here that he's made his way. Well, this is interesting because I'm looking right now that Ohtani today has made his way into the Angels dugout. And this was 33 minutes ago. So it seems like Ohtani is back is in the Angels dugout. So I would say that, yeah, I think he's back in the States. So maybe it was his doppelganger. They're showing right now that they're saying right now he's in the dugout at the Angels game. Who knows? It's too much and this was great. So Deion Sanders, yeah, he's back. A very, 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 very fast trip. So Shannon Sharp asked Deion Sanders, "What's the hardest thing to do? Play football, play baseball, or coaching?" He played 9 seasons in MLB, while also having a Hall of Fame NFL career. He goes, hitting that baseball. It is the hardest thing they said in the world is hitting a goddamn baseball. I don't disagree. Marcus Stroman, been out since early August. With a hip problem, he's back with the team. Yeah, find that video for me, man. He's 32-year-old, 2.47 ERA when June ended, 9.11 ERA in July, 10-8 with a 3.85 ERA. Was named to the All-Star team for the second time. I mean, they held the second wild card spot as of Friday. So let me check those MLB standings. Let's take a look here. Okay, so let's see what's happening. Oh, come on, man. Why does this not work? This really sucks. I'm just trying to get Mets losing 3-2 in the. I hate when it's this slow. Standings, yes. Wild card, okay. The Cubs hold the second spot. Miami's a game and a half back. I guess they're they're Miami, Chicago, and Arizona are all behind Miami, Cincinnati, Arizona behind the Cubs. The Mets are 8 games out of the wild card. The Yankees are now 6 games out of a wild card. Jesus. Seattle and Toronto are tied for the third, and the Yankees are 6 games back of Seattle and Toronto. Last wild card spot. Tampa Bay is now, I guess, we had baseball today. That's what I wanted to see. Because they were tied yesterday, and I was trying to see if the Rays lost the Orioles 8-0 today. So the Orioles are back in first place. And so RK's got to be excited on that one. Gunnar Henderson hit his 27th home run. Damn, he's having a good season. And they are up. And Mr. Rodriguez, 8 shutout innings. Grayson Rodriguez, got the win, man. 6-4. So they got the win today. I got to check out. Got to check out my football scores because I'm trying to see what's going on here. And of course, Tennessee's down by 13 with 3:49 left. They're not going to come back in this. Michigan's up 31-6 in the third. Ole Miss is up. Wyoming's down 10-7 to Texas. They can't seem to put them away. It's not good, dude. It's not good at all. Hal's got to be furious. My cousin Hal must be freaking furious on that shit. Ugh. Yeah, that's not good. He's got to be like, oh my God, they're not getting it done today. Yeah. It's like, what the hell, man? Unbelievable. Trying to get the football scores. Okay, so wait, let me see. Nebraska's finally winning the game. UNLV Vanderbilt's 30-27 with 9:12 left. And how about Cincinnati only up 3 on Miami of Ohio? Oof. And South Alabama's beating Oklahoma State 33-7. What the fuck happened to Oklahoma State this year? Holy shit. Talk about an ass kicking. Coastal's beating Duquesne 66-7. Okay, so what's he doing today? Let me see. Grayson McCall, 12-16, $169, 2 touchdowns, 66-7. Talk about an ass whooping. And Troy is losing to James Madison. That's a big game of some of the smaller teams out there. So that's, let me see, Michigan's up. Ole Miss. Arkansas's beating BYU by 1. Syracuse is up 28-14 on Purdue. Go Cuse. I want them to keep winning. And, nothing. Yeah. Clemson's up 34-0 at the half. TCU's up on Houston. And Texas State is up on Jackson State 20-49. Did I miss anything? I haven't seen any other games yet. They lost again. Iowa 41 points, so they're up. The points per game is going to help Brian Ferentz keep his job. That's for sure. Woo! Oregon State beat San Diego State 26-9. That was a nice win right there. Yeah, man, that kills. So what's tonight? Okay, so Colorado State, Fresno State, Arizona State, Kansas, Nevada, and UTEP, Arizona. That's tonight. All right. I mean, I really kind of. And how about this? Matt Olson, 52nd home run, broke Andrew Drone's franchise record, but they lost 11-5 to the Braves. The Cavs president of basketball operations, Kobe Altman, again, a guy. What? Josh, I don't drink. You would think if you make that much money, you've been drinking, you call an Uber or something. So he gets pulled over for impaired driving, and the Cavs franchise is gathering information. That's a favorite thing they say. We are gathering information. Yes, you are. You sure as hell gathering it. Hope it's going well with all that gathering. And American Record Alert, Chase Ely, 20.76 meters. She won the Nike a Prefontaine Classic women's shot put. She broke Shot Diva's record, national record by an astonishing 5 inches. And the Shot Diva is Carter, right? Shot Diva is Michelle Danae Carter. She broke it by 5 inches. That's pretty cool, right? That's really cool. Yeah, I saw that. Did I miss anything else? Orgy's in a quarterback up 31-6. McCarthy threw his 3rd interception. That's not good at all. No, that's terrible. So thank you for that. Did I miss anything? TCU's up. SMU's up. Oh, Shedeur Sanders is chirping. It's personal now. That's what he said. And Lisa, happy birthday today. Daba, happy birthday today. Yankees win. There was a scuffle between Colorado and Colorado State. Am I shocked? No, not at all. So an SEC legendary wide receiver retired from the NFL on Saturday. Who's this? AJ Green retired as a member of the Cincinnati Bengals. I loved him. Number 4 pick in 2011 draft. Number 2 all time at Georgia in receiving touchdowns. 3rd all time career receiving yards. 7-time Pro Bowler. 2-time All Pro. 12 seasons. 727 catches. 10,514 yards. 70 touchdowns. Spent 2011 to 2020 with the Bengals, then 21-22 with ours. I loved watching him play. Just wasn't on great teams, but pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, sucks. He's Bengals' 2nd all-time leader in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns, trailing only Chad Johnson. AJ Green, enjoy retirement. Josh, anything else? Yeah. It doesn't make any sense, right? Anything else you want to talk about, Josh? I could tell you could have came on. If you want to come on, I could call you and put you on. Actually, I think let's go watch some USC and some football, dude. So let me get to some trivia questions. All right. If there's anything else you want to talk about, you bring it up to me. But that's all I really got for right now. And let me see. All right. Last show's trivia question. This is a good one. This is pretty cool. Charlie O'Brien became the first catcher in MLB history to wear a hockey-style mask September 13th, 1936. Oh, that's all I got. The fights are on. Okay. Got that on the iPad. Okay, good for you. So who was he playing for when he wore the first hockey-style mask? What MLB team? Of course, it was the Blue Jays. He had used the traditional mask for the first 10 MLB seasons, but he said there could be room for improvement. He said it became frustrated with the mask, headaches that came from being hit by foul tips. Inspired by seeing hockey goalies take pucks to the face with how much trouble, he began working with an Ontario-based company to design a similar mask to wear behind the plate. It gave him better peripheral vision while also covering more of the head. MLB dragged their feet to get it done, but they finally permitted to wear in a game. Became popular instantly. Several of his big league colleagues began wearing the mask the following year, and it spread to all levels of the game. It surprised even O'Brien. He said, "Now I watch a girls' softball game, and the catchers wear my mask." He told Sport Illustrated in 1999. Other guys in the majors have started using them. Kids use it because they can paint things on it and look cool. Really, though, I only thought of it so I could have a mask that would absorb more of the ball. Who'd have thought it would end up like that? That's pretty cool, right? That was really cool. So that's cool. And today's trivia question, because I said yesterday or a couple days ago, Justin Jefferson has more receiving yards than any receiver in the Bears' 103-year history. So I said, wait, who has the most receiving yards in Bears franchise history? That's today's trivia question. The most receiving yards in Bears franchise history. And I did not know who this was. Yeah, you know what, Josh? I really appreciate you. I appreciate you. Watching Elemental with the kids last night. Today, you're listening to the show. Now, I got to be honest with you. Things are going to be crazy the next couple of weeks. So the shows are going to be sporadic. And that's all. I apologize, but there's shit that's happening right now, and I'm going to do the show whenever I can. So I had the time today. Michigan's away. Tomorrow doesn't look like it's going to happen, but I'll be watching football. That's okay. I'll have my equipment. Maybe I'll do a quick show tomorrow, but I'm not guaranteeing it. So send my love to Michigan. Happy birthday to Mrs. S. Love to mom and dad, Carol and Carol. Josh, thank you so much for listening to the show today. It's great, man. Hey, I wouldn't have done it. I did it. Let's go watch some UFC and some football. You understand? Thank you, my man. Aaron, enjoy the game, you bastard. I didn't get any pictures. I'll never forget that. It hurts. Peace out, everybody. Have a good night. Adios.